Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to HyenaCraftr, and today I brought you a very special video inside of a creative world I've been doing for about the last week and a half or so. Um, so that's kind of part of the reason you haven't seen any videos lately. So yeah, forgive me on that, but don't worry, we've got a lot of videos coming in the near future. Um, I guess I could basically what I'm gonna do for you guys is I'm just gonna give you a tour of the house. Basically because it kind of annoys me when people like do full-on tutorials of how to build giant mansions because like I don't actually like build the exact same stuff. I just like to kind of take bits and pieces for inspiration and then kind of build my own thing. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick tour of the mansion so you get a lot of stuff and a lot of content in a very short amount of time. And hopefully it'll help you guys in your own Minecraft builds. One other thing, just really quick, that you might notice is every once in a while in the video you might see like an annotation pop up with a video. That's just basically a fun video that I did that you might want to check out. It'll probably have to do with the same style and theme of the room I'm in at the time, but it's just for fun and yeah, whatever. All right, right here, this this giant weird thing. You guys are going, what the heck is that? Basically, this is a statue of a Pokemon called Arceus. You can see how to spell it right here if you happen to be really curious. It's spelled like that. It took me about 20 minutes to build, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I just really like it. I like the eyes. They definitely look like, I mean, you can't really see them from the ground, but they're kind of freaky looking, I think. I think this is his, like, neutral form or something like that, so he's not really, yeah. Anyway, so, let's move on. Right here is basically my entrance area, so we kind of got the cool statue of Arceus, and then we got our little entrance area. And all that's right here is basically just a bunch of hedges and bushes and trees and stuff just to make things look a little nicer. We got some flowers and some torches lighting the area up. And if we come under here, kind of under this, I don't know, the roof right here, and we can see we got some torches over there and over there. They're not really torches, they're more like lamps, I guess. Lamps would be a good word to say for them. Basically, just to kind of light the landscape up. But yeah, that's what those are. When we come inside, we can see we got a giant glass doorway, which is pretty. I think it's a pretty good idea because then if you have like a zombie attack or something, you know, you can, instead of like peeping through this little hole, you can see through the entire thing. Plus, it just looks cool. So, here's my entrance room. We got kind of like the nice wood going on up here. Kind of like the nice trim and the item frames and stuff. I really did put a lot of thought and effort into the design of this mansion. So I hope you guys are going to like this. To my right, I've built a crafting and kind of a furnace room. That's for like when you come straight in from outside, working outside on your project, you can come straight in and go and craft or build whatever you need. So it's really easy access. And also, as you can tell, I really put a lot of thought into the decoration of this area, like with the pots and the pressure pads and the item frames. Even like these power rails, they kind of look like they make the stove look a little better, I think, because it just looks, I don't know, I just looks cool, right? Okay. Anyway, that's that room for you. In this room, we have our little brewing room. One thing you might notice is I actually put half slabs right here. That's just to add a little extra detail so it's not all just like one flat area on the floor. You know what I mean? Because it can get kind of boring if everything's at this level. Over here is my brewing room. In here, we got my ender chest, and these items might or might not be used in a later video, so we'll have to see. And yeah, once again, a lot of decoration put into this room. We got the pots and all these fancy things, the item frames and stuff, the trim on the ceiling, I think looks really cool. We also got some nether wart, which is obviously used in most potions that we make, so that's definitely useful. We also have, of course, our brewing stands. And then, if you'll notice, we don't have cauldrons. That was a personal decision of mine because the functionality of cauldrons is it only fills up like 3 water bottles, I think. Anyway, but I just figure, you know, if you're gonna only fill up 3 water bottles for brewing, why not just go with infinite water sources? So this is kind of a clever little way. I did an infinite water source. I basically just put like 1 block back there and 1 block back there, if you can even understand what I'm trying to say. And it really works. Like, you can do it with buckets, you can do it with bottles, and it's really convenient because it really hides it and stuff. So anyway, that's that for you. Moving right along, let's move into my library. So here, it's a pretty compact library. I tried to keep in mind all this for survival mode as well, and I know that in survival mode now, bookshelves are really annoying to get because you have to actually like go kill the cow to get leather for every book, and that is just, I can't tell you how really extraordinarily annoying that is. But aside from that, I think this library turned out pretty cool. We got our enchanting room right here. We kind of got the cool ceiling pattern right there with the purple wool to make it look more magical. And of course we have a fully functioning enchanting table. I promise it's not fake. See, it really works. One thing you might notice as well is you'll see these doorways throughout my mansion. They're just a cool style of doorway, basically. I just used some stairs and then a half slab on top to kind of create it, which I thought was pretty cool. Another thing you might notice inside my mansion is we have no torches, pretty much. I mean, we have a little bit of glowstone here and there, but we have basically no torches. Now, the reason for that is I just think torches kind of degrade the design of the area a little bit, and I think it's a lot cooler when you can add different forms of light. So the way I did it in here is underneath this carpet I actually did glowstone, and that's a really good way if you're trying to light up an area. Like this whole long hallway, there's actually glowstone under this carpet, so that's really useful. Okay, we'll go upstairs in just a minute. Let me go downstairs and show you guys my storage room. Once again, we got the carpet and the cool doorway. And then we got some cool item frames kind of representing storage, and of course a mine. So that's I guess that's kind of entertaining. Here's my storage room, and it's probably, to be honest, my least favorite room in the whole house because it took a really long time to build, and it doesn't really look terribly cool. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it was just. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more for the function of things. It would be a lot better on survival mode where you can actually use it, but and this is basically the design of my storage room. You got the item frames to label your chests, which is really nice, and then you got kind of the redstone lamp. I actually like using the redstone lamp better than glowstone, because it just has kind of that cool extra pattern on the bottom. The glowstone just kind of has that like ugly looking pattern. Sorry if you happen to be a glowstone fan. But, yeah, I mean, under the carpet and stuff, I use glowstone because nobody's going to see it, obviously. But, that's just my personal preference. Anyway, let's move right along. Right here, we have kind of the same door design. Now, this is kind of a hard part because I wanted this place to be really open, but at the same time, I didn't want it to be totally open to each other. So I think this doorway design was a good compromise. If we head right in here, we can see we have a kind of a cool kitchen area with an epic fireplace. Look at that. That is a pretty awesome looking fireplace. We got kind of the cool meats and potatoes and stuff hanging over, and it's actually functioning too, so you can actually cook stuff in a furnace that's actually behind the fire. So you can kind of see it through the flames. It's pretty cool, I think. And then right here we got a crafting table with kind of a cutting board. Once again, some item frames and kind of a cool floor design. And then we have kind of a cool checker table right here. So that's basically the entirety of this room. This was a little harder to light up because there's not a lot of spots to put glowstone. I think there's glowstone under here. There should be. If there's not, then shame on me because that means that there needs to be glowstone under there because it's actually looking pretty dark right now, but it is getting dark outside, I think. That'd be embarrassing if it's not. It's got to be getting dark outside sooner or later. Alright, moving right along. This is my nether room. This is a pretty cool room. This is nice because it really fits really nicely in this little area of my house. Originally, I was actually going to do a secret entrance from the stairwell into here, but things just didn't work out and dimensions were horrible, so I just decided to do it on its own little room. So right here we have some picture frames just behind the nether portal to kind of block the, because there were actually two different blocks behind the nether portal. I just did that so that we didn't see any of that stuff. We got item frames, of course, and a chest, which is very essential if you're going into the nether to drop all of your goodies into the chest before you go so you don't lose it all. Also, I figure I just mentioned this now, I actually did a video, or I'm going to do a video, on like how to build a nether portal in like the first day of Minecraft. So if you're curious about how to do that, how to get diamonds and build a nether portal on your first day in Minecraft, go see that video because it is really, really cool. It's actually a seed that I discovered, and it's really cool. You guys got to go check it out. All right, so it was becoming night. Let me quickly give you guys a tour of the anvil room. So right in here, we obviously have the anvil. This was a harder room to make because I really didn't know how to put the anvil. I was originally going to do it against like a wall or something. But my original idea was to make the anvil and actually like put like fire and stuff around it. But obviously with the wood and all that stuff, that didn't really work out. But I think this design turned out awesome. So we got kind of the same carpet border as the kind of the same style as the kitchen, except it's obviously different colors, more of a hardware anvil type thing. So I just think this looked really cool. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Yeah, that's, I don't know. You just got to see it to know how cool it is, I guess. We got kind of a furnace area over here if you need to like cook any iron or anything like that. Then we have just a little bit of additional storage over here just because we had a little bit of extra space. But that's essentially the anvil room. Let me show you guys the upstairs. So right up here, we have kind of this cool stairwell. We got kind of some big picture frames right there, and it just kind of winds around just like that. But up here we kind of have our top floor. If we go to our left, we can see we obviously have these barred gates, meaning we're entering something that is very restricted. In here, we have the armory and kind of the weapons area. So I think this looks really cool. We have item frames with all the different types of armors and swords, and I think there's a bow and an axe over here. And then we have some chests that you could put armor in, but I didn't fill these chests for the sake of time. But yeah, this was a really cool room. I didn't really know what to do in this front little section because like look how long it is. It's just insane. But I decided on a weapons room, and that's what I decided to go with. So anyway, that's that for you. For the lighting, we just did some glowstone right here. And obviously this was harder to light because of its weird dimensions, but we did it, guys. I just really like the cool design of this. So yeah, anyway. Moving along, we have just a little bit of additional storage right there. We kind of got these cool hedges going on with kind of the glowstone underneath. You could actually do the glowstone one block lower, but because we're so close to the bottom floor, you can't really go any lower, or else you have glowstone showing, but that's alright. It still adds a little bit of light. In addition to these thingies right here, the, what are they called? The redstone lamps. Those add a little bit of light too. There you go. I think they flow really well with kind of this design over here. I mean, you got this little overhang here anyway, so why not put light there? So yeah, I kind of like the design of that. And then let me go into my master bedroom and show you guys what it looks like. So this is basically the master bedroom. This is my bedroom. And we got, once again, an ender chest with all my stuff in it. And we got some cool jewels with the item frames and just a lot of cool stuff in here. This is a little bit harder room to design just because, once again, the dimensions of it were kind of weird. But we got this cool little waterfall in the background, and no, it doesn't lead anywhere. It's just to look cool. But yeah, I really like it. And we got kind of a cool like mirror thing there. It doesn't really look like a mirror at all, but I just say it looks cool. And then out here we have our deck entrance, and we'll show off this deck a little bit later. But yeah, let me go ahead and take a quick nap just so we can make sure we're doing things in the middle of the day. And I'm looking at the time on my video, and we only got about 5 minutes left, which is perfect because we are just about done anyway. But yeah, this design is also pretty unique. I wanted it to be a little bit open, but not like all the way open to the hallway. And so I did like this cool stair design where you can kind of have little windows, but you know, nothing like no wall there, you know, that would be a little okay. And here we have our closet. And this is basically the place where I keep all my clothes. Here's my shirt hangers. You can see there's the rack, and here's the shirts right here hanging, and obviously a chest right there. And if you guys are also curious, I actually did a video where I did like a zombie apocalypse type thing, but I spawned like the maximum amount of zombies you could inside a Minecraft world, and I condensed them to inside of my house, and I basically went and defeated all of them with this set of armor. So if you want to see that video, go ahead, and I'll leave a link in the description and or an annotation somewhere during this time that I'm talking, so that you guys can go see that, because I thought it was really entertaining. Alright, basically last room over here, we have the guest bedroom, and I decided to do bunk beds. If you'll notice, like, the wall is a little bit inward. I think I did a really good thing by kind of disguising the fact that there is actually no room behind the beds right there. When I say no room, I mean like there's space behind there, but there's no actual room to accompany it. So that's why we have the weird design. These rooms turned out to be kind of weird dimensions, but I ended up pulling it off and making things look better than they probably should be. So once again, we got kind of the cool trim, and the yellow floor design is a little different. I just thought a little bit brighter look would be cool. And the bunk beds were a little bit of a challenge, because when you wake up from bed, you actually stand on top of the bed when you're on a bunk bed. And then, yeah, that was kind of a challenge. Just make sure you have enough space above your bunk bed, and you should be good. But yeah, this was kind of a cool area to decorate. I really liked it. And then I guess all that's left is our deck over here. So let me go outside to our deck. And this is basically just a really cool feature I added. Really doesn't have any function. It just looks awesome. So it's a big giant wraparound deck. We got the cool staircases leading down to the back porch. And here's my giant grill. I actually put fire underneath there to make it look like it was like actually like smoking and working and stuff. So I think that's really cool. So that's the grill for you. And we also got a creeper. Hold on just a minute, you guys. We are going to take care of this very quickly. Alright. There we go. That was... I know creepers, like, don't disturb you on creative mode, I don't think, anymore. But, you know, can't be too safe than sorry. You'll notice back here, too, we have, like, the actual fire torches. I just think that was a cool little extra design in that. But yeah, here's the deck area and stuff. And then we also have a cool chimney up above there. So, anyway, that's my mansion, you guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to quickly give my mansion a rating on a scale from 1 to 10. So that should definitely be kind of interesting. So I actually wrote down some notes. Let me get them out really quick. Here they are. Alright, so basically what I do is whenever I'm done with a mansion, I kind of rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 using 4 different categories. The first category is survival feasibility. I can't talk today, goodness. Survival feasibility. And basically what that is how easy is this thing to make on survival mode? Clearly, it's not the easiest thing in the world to make on survival mode. There's definitely a lot of detail you have to consider. It can be done, but because it's such a big, massive project, with so much detail invested in it, I'm gonna rate this one about a 6.5 out of 10. So just for that category, not for overall. So yeah, I just think, you know, it can be done for sure. I mean, I try to use all natural materials that you could easily attain on survival mode. The only thing we have to keep in mind is just the the actual detail aspect of things. The next thing I want to cover is the functionality of the mansion. The functionality of this mansion is probably the reason I built the mansion. I wanted a place where you could refer to kind of see all of the functions of Minecraft. You got the crafting room, the brewing room. Every room is dedicated to a specific function Minecraft has to offer. So for that reason, I'm giving this house a 10 out of 10 on the functionality, because that's pretty much what it was built for. Just really quick, let me finish rating it. So the realism or realisticness isn't actually a word, so I put down realism. But realisticness of this house, like if you were to take this house and compare it to your own house or your neighbor's house, how much alike would it be? Without including the fact that it's all blocky. Basically, this house was not created to mimic that. This was created to reflect function, not to reflect the realism of things. So we obviously don't have a living room. We don't have a den area with like a computer space and stuff. So for that reason, I mean, I don't think it deserves, you know, anything lower than about a 6, which is what I'm actually gonna rate this. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. So anyway, we might do some builds in the future where we actually do houses like that. But really quick, before we get too long into the video, we're gonna finally do the appearance and aesthetics of the house. Now, I really did put a lot of thought and time into the appearance and aesthetics of this house. As you might have noticed, like all the pots and item frames, those definitely looked really awesome in my opinion. They just added a lot. And so for that reason, I'm going to rate this a 9.5 out of 10. So I think we definitely did well on there. If we average all those out, we get an average of a grand 8 out of 10. So I think this house definitely deserves at least an 8 out of 10. I am really happy with how this came out, and hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully you've learned a little bit in this video. Hopefully you've gotten some inspiration for some builds that you might want to do on your own. So anyway, this has been HyenaCraftr, and thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.